A long time ago there was a lost letter. Not lost in the sense that no one could find it, but lost in the sense that it wanted to find its true meaning. This story is about the letter Y. When the English alphabet was created, the letters were divided into two groups. There are the consonants and the vowels. However, there was one letter that did not fit into either group. The letter was Y. Y often wondered where it fit in. Sometimes the vowels claimed Y was a consonant, and then there were the times when the consonant said Y was a vowel. One day, Y set out on a journey to find the answer. Y knew that it must consult the great linguistic. Y also knew the journey would be long and dangerous, but this did not stop Y because it needed the answer. Y began its journey by traveling through the great jungle. After the great jungle, Y came upon the unusual furry beast. At first, Y was scared, but then it decided to ask the furry beast, "Oh, furry beast, do you know where I can find the great linguistic?" The beast looked puzzled and did not answer. So Y continued on its journey. Y took a train across the great desert. When the train stopped, Y asked the train, "Do you know where I can find the great linguistic?"
I don't know, but go and ask the great popsicle. Woo woo!
Y took the train's advice and began the journey across the frozen land. After many miles, Y came upon the great popsicle. Y asked, "Oh, great popsicle, do you know where I can find the great linguistic?"
The great linguistic lives upon the highest mountain. Go there and you will find what you are looking for.
Y began its search for the highest mountain. At last, Y had found it. Y did not know if it would be able to make it to the top, but Y knew it must try. Y climbed and climbed some more. Finally, Y made it to the top, and there it was, the great linguistic, just what Y had been searching for. Y asked, "Are you the great linguistic?"
Ah, yes, this is me, but you may call me Linguini.
Y said, "I must ask you a question." And Linguini said,
Ask me anything. I am your friend, and I would do anything for the greatest letter in the alphabet.
And then Y said, "I must know, am I a vowel or a consonant?"
Both.
The great linguistic answered. "How can this be?" Y exclaimed. Linguini replied,
You see, it's like this. Sometimes Y is a vowel, and sometimes Y is a consonant. It all depends on where you are placed in a word. If you are placed at the beginning of a word, then you are a consonant. If you are placed in the middle or the end of the word, you are a vowel.
Y understood. "So you mean I am both a vowel and consonant?" Linguini smiled.
Yes, that is correct. Do you know why you are so special, my friend? Why?
Linguini asked. "No," said Y, and then Y asked, "Why is Y so special?"
Because you're not only both a vowel and a consonant, but you make 3 different sounds.
Linguini said.
When you are a consonant, you make 1 sound. Ya, like the word yes. When you are a vowel, you make 2 more sounds. When Y is used in the middle of a word, it sounds like the long sound of an I, like in the word style. Also, when Y is used at the end of a word, it makes the sound of a long E, like the word lazy.
Y was happy. Y rushed back to the alphabet. When Y reached them, all the other letters gathered around. Y told them, "I am Y, and Y is both a vowel and consonant, and Y can make 3 sounds in the English language." The crowd cheers.
Yay! Woo!
The end.